Welcome into 5-Day Crypto. My name is Chase. I am a level 1 CMT and a full-time trader. Today we're going to look at our Chainlink update. We're going to start off on the weekly, then we'll zoom in to the shorter time frames so you know what to watch for the days ahead and the weeks ahead. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. If you want access to our private Telegram alerts group where we cover everything in crypto, altcoins, market caps, Tether, dominance, Bitcoin dominance, everything under the blue sky and the blue shirts. Consider subscribing through Patreon. Links below. All right, let's get to it. Chainlink weekly rejection off the 21-week EMA. The yellow line, right? Previous support, flip to resistance after a breakthrough. No surprise. So we're now testing our range lows here, right? We've been here many weeks before. Past 3 weeks for sure. Even back over here, all the way back to November, right? We're just consolidating right here. Worst case is we do not want to see a close below the 200-week. Right? Not saying we have to go down there, but that would be like very unusual for any coin, Chainlink included. You know, you can go look at anything. Historically, that doesn't happen. Going back below the 200-week is not what you typically do during a bull run. So that would be kind of where we would tend to hold the line on anything, Chainlink included. So if we break these lows, right, this low, right, put it on line price, you can see the low, right? We have 2 taps on the top of this zone, right there and right there, and only one so far on the low part, around $13. So are we trying to put in a higher low? Well, of course, right? If we put in a higher low and then move up to the upside, we just got to regain that 21-week and flip it back to support, right? Resistance wick, right? Last week, and now support wick back in mid-March. So until we can get back above that 21-week, consolidation is the odds-on favorite price action. Chop, in other words, right? So who knows how long this zone is going to last as support before going back up. But if we clear the 21-week, right, that's where we start to build the bigger bulls. And then we focus on the next high, right, the next spike right there, right? That's $19. After that, right, then all-time highs. Climb back up the stairs, right? Bears jumped out the window, right? Now we're just consolidating. After a big move, the odds are consolidation for several weeks. And that's exactly what we're getting. Nothing huge here. So sideways are the odds. Here's our 50-week right here where we're trying to hold the line. Each coin tends to hold different levels. So find the moving average that your coin respects, and then that's your pivot point. Chainlink, 50 weeks so far. That's the level, right? Back-to-back weeks, went below it and closed back above it, okay? No closes below the 50 week. So if we break that, right, if you see that close below the 50 week, the odds are improving of going lower. So we have our 100-week at $12.30 roughly, and then our 200-week at just shy of $11. Both leveling off. So that's the weekly chart, what I'm looking at for Chainlink. You don't have to make it overly complex. Just simple support resistance with moving averages can take you a long way. The more simple your trading plan is, probably the better off you're doing. If you have 78,000 lines and indicators, you're not doing yourself a justice there, right? It needs to be simple, right? All right, so let's zoom in. Daily chart. A little bit more bearish by definition here because we're under all moving averages. We're rejecting off the 200, right? The 200-day EMA in the pink, right? Right below it, right to our support zone. Same zone as we just looked at on the weekly. Zoom it in here. But our rally up last time, rejection off of that 200-day EMA. And now back below all moving averages. So by definition, if your price action is below all your moving averages, you can't be too bullish. And certainly if you're below the 200. The 200 you're automatically leaning slightly bearish for that chart. Not for the weekly, the monthly, the 1 hour. No, whatever chart you're looking at, you need to have perspective on that individual chart and nothing else. Okay, that's why you're zooming in and out. You're trying to get the macro and micro price analysis. Okay, so for now, for Chainlink, only thing we should be focusing on for the bulls is putting in a higher low here. So again, put it on closing prices. Our close low right there was 13.13. So if we can reverse and go back up here, then perhaps we're just climbing up the stairs, right? 1, 2, 3. We're looking for a higher high if we come back up. Right? That would kind of reverse that trend a little bit, okay? So that's what we're looking at on the short term. However, we could also do the opposite of that, where we have our low, our lower high, right? Maybe a lower high, and then we put in a lower low, right? And then we'd kind of flip this into resistance, okay? And then we're probably looking at that 100 week or that 200 week or the 200 day, right? Those levels we looked at that are a little bit lower. So that's both sides. You always want to look at both sides. You don't want to get caught off guard because your narrative is, or someone else's narrative is only preaching bulls or only preaching bears. You have to look at both sides of the equation at all times. So on the daily chart, right back here, we're still in an uptrend. We're holding, even though we went below, we bounced off of the 100. Now we've been below the 200 and rejection and holding resistance on the 200. So consolidation is where we're at for Chainlink and pretty much the whole entire crypto space, right? Consolidation. Bitcoin trying to hold its footing here at the 63K mark. But again, like sideways consolidation. I put out a Bitcoin video this morning, so go watch that if you haven't, right? Talk a lot more in depth about it. But one thing I do want to show you is I think we still have a long time to go in this cycle. Look at this chart. This is the altcoin Bitcoin yearly index. What do you notice here? Well, look at the previous years going all the way back. I mean, look at 2017, how batshit crazy this was for altcoins. It's off the charts, literally, right? 2020, 2021, right? Major peaks up here. Look at where we've been. Even as spectacular as some altcoins moves have been, we've just started. So those people calling for the top here, which is not a whole lot, or a parabolic, ending in the next couple of months, this chart tends to argue with that. Both of those. I think we have a long time to go, and I would argue at least to the end of this year, if not 12 to 18 more months. Based on this chart, based on many other charts, but this one in general, right? If you're one in Altseason, we haven't even started yet. We're just turning the corner for alts. That's this chart. Blockchaincenter.net. You can pull this up for free, right? All right. Just a side note there for those watching this long. Back to Chainlink, right? There we go. We're at $14, playing around, trending sideways. Same with Bitcoin, same with altcoins. Patience, accumulation. Generally, you don't want to be selling in a bull run, certainly after the move down, right? You're just taking profits on the way up or sitting tight. Generally speaking, that's the best way. Just sit on your hands or buy in a bull run, right? Okay, quote and card of the day. Let's get to it. Quote, "This is the mark of perfection of character, to spend each day as if it were your last without frenzy, laziness, or pretending." I love it. Bonus quote, "Try to be like the turtle, at ease in your own shell." How many people can't even be calm and happy in their own mind? Car of the day, Lamborghini Revuelto. Feel like that wasn't that great pronunciation, but this is the Aventador successor, if you're wondering, and you've been anxiously waiting to spend $500,000 on the newest Lambo. Here you go. I think it's about a 3 or 4 year wait list because they're sold out. That's how well most people are doing. Crypto, maybe not. Not just yet, right? We'll get there. There's the rear, zoomed in for you. Pretty gnarly looking. I like it. What do you think? What do you care? Maybe Chainlink Blue. Maybe we need to get a wrap in some hexagons. Now we're talking. All right, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks so much for watching this long. If you have 47 gold stars to you for this delightful Monday.